Robbie.
Yes, man. How you doing?
I'm very well, not too bad. A pleasure to see you here, though, man.
Pleasure to see you.
What are you doing here?
I love boxing, man. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get to go to the fight. We're going to try and, because we've got the Liverpool game on Saturday. So on the way back, we're going to find somewhere and watch it. But I absolutely love boxing. I love these two fighters as well. Two really, really good fighters. And wow, the press conference was intense. I saw the one the other day in Liverpool. And I was like, my mate Coogan, who does filming for the boxing stuff, I said, Cougar, I want to come down because, it just looked intense. And being here again today, you can see it's two guys who don't like each other. And wow, it's going to be some fight.
Bit different to where we normally see you outside of an Arsenal game. You said you got Liverpool this weekend.
It's kind of similar sometimes, man.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, there are some.
5-1 after Bayern Munich, man. It's similar to this.
I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Let's talk about the game on the weekend, though. Liverpool, I mean, you saw what Leicester did to them. It should be 3 points in the bag for you, isn't it?
No. We see. I ain't falling into that one. With Liverpool, it's they're very similar to us. I call it the bipolar derby because you've got two teams that on any given day, if they turn up, they can beat whoever. And with Liverpool, they only seem to turn up against the big teams. And then we don't seem to beat the big teams away from home. So, I don't think you're going to see the sort of Liverpool that played the other night against Leicester, against Arsenal. They're going to be pumped up. We saw against Spurs.
Very true.
They had a terrible record going into that game, and then they played brilliantly that day. So, but then having said that, Arsenal, apart from that time we got beaten 5-1 up there, but Arsenal going to Anfield past couple of seasons, we've done all right. We should have won there the last 2 years. It's only sort of last minute goals from Liverpool that kind of saved them. So it should be a good game.
Call the top four. Season ends tomorrow. Call the top four.
The top four, I think this year is going to be Chelsea. They'll win it. I think City will probably come second now. They're on a good roll. Arsenal, then Spurs. That's what I think the top four is going to be.
Did you put your team above mine because you have to? Because your job, you would get lynched if you did it the other way around.
You know why I put Arsenal, the way I've done it, the reason why I've done it that way, and people will be like, well, why haven't you got Man United in there? Because I just always feel that Arsenal always finish in the top four. So they're going to finish in the top four. I don't think we'll finish above City, but we always finish above Spurs. So that's why I'm saying it.
Fair enough, there's a rationale behind it. Listen, you are, a phenomenal. You started a phenomenal channel, and congratulations to all your success. When you started, did you envisage it being as big and massive as it is now?
No, I didn't envisage it being probably as massive as it is now, but I did think it could be something that could become popular because I was like, if you do something that you're giving a voice to the fans, other fans will relate to it. So I did think it would catch on. I didn't think it'd be catch on as quickly as it has done. So it has been, a real big ride. But it's good. It's all good. And we started it from nothing. So to start something from nothing, and it's just been all organic. No big investment, no marketing budget.
Until now.
Still no. There's still no marketing budget.
Wait, companies out there, big brands. Did you just hear what Robbie from ArsenalFanTV said? No sponsors.
No, we've done a few things with brands, but what I'm saying is that we've never had nobody come in and say, right, here's, we've never, it's just been the money that we've invested out of our own pocket. So to see it grow organically has been brilliant,
Self-determined, I love that. Are you surprised you haven't seen copycats? Too many people from other clubs doing the same thing? I would have thought that would have been no-brainer.
There are a few, but I'm actually glad that there are. I mean, I'd love to see more sort of channels like what we do for different clubs. So there are some good ones out there. There's Redmen TV. They've actually been going longer than us, actually, and they do a Liverpool, a bit different to what we do, their style. But there's a Full-Time Devils, which is a Man United one. Up TV's a Man United one. There's West Ham Fan TV, which is they're very, very good as well. So there are a few out there, and there's more cropping up. So yeah, I think it's a good thing.
You're doing all sorts. So there's the channel, there's merchandise. What else is there connected to the whole Arsenal Fan TV brand that we may not know about?
We've also got another channel called Man Like Robbie, and that one is it's a football channel as well, but it's more general football. Right. So on that channel we talk about all football. So we do, like, for instance, like a daily show where we talk about the biggest football stories of the day, and with that as well we're sort of like sending out, like, I've got a girl called Philippa, and she goes out and interviews fans at games. So we've only just started her doing that. She went out last week and she did, like, the cup final between Southampton and Man United. So, you know, that's one that we're going to be really growing over the next year or so. So, yeah, and then there's some other projects that we're working on at the moment where one project we're working on at the moment is really exciting, where we're going to be doing, like, content into Africa. So that's
fantastic.
Yeah.
And one of the coups was obviously getting Gary Neville to come on the show. That happened recently. Tell me about how that came to fruition, and, you know, what that's done for the channel in terms of, you know, people gravitating from all sorts of all walks of life.
Yeah, with the Gary Neville thing, well, he sort of made a comment about ArsenalFanTV where he said it was embarrassing, and I kind of was a bit upset about that, so I kind of hit back at him, you know, on Twitter. And it just sort of blew up from there. It was I also did a video where I said, you know, I was very unhappy with some of the things that he said. He then got in contact with us and said, listen, come into Sky and we'll talk about it. And that's how we ended up doing the video, where we put questions to him. And, you know, basically I was just saying to him, you know, you're entitled to your opinion, but have respect for what we do, because we've just felt in the past that some of the traditional media haven't really had the respect for what we're doing. They've kind of looked down on us, looked on it as a little bit of a joke thing or whatever. And I'm like, hold on a minute. We're getting more traction than you guys on a lot of times. I mean, we're getting like 10 million plus views on YouTube alone every month. So have a bit of respect for what we're doing. Plus as well, we're talking to fans, and nobody else really has done that in the past. The fans have been the neglected part of football. It's always been the players, the owners, the TV. Nobody's ever give a toss about the fans, so we're giving a voice to those fans. So I was like, have respect for that, and, you know, I think that by the end of it, he's got respect for fans. He didn't go back on a few things that he said, but I think the overall thing is that he ended up having respect for the fans, and how he's helped us. It's brought more awareness to what we do. I think it's brought more respect from the national media as well. And yeah, it's been good. That was actually a negative that turned into a positive.
Well, I've seen you interviewed by pretty much every major publication, seen you on a few channels as well. So how's your life changed in terms of walking down the street and people knowing who Robbie is?
Oh yeah, that's a bit mad. I mean, even before that, to be honest, like amongst football fans, I don't think there's any ground I can go to in the country. I can't go to your place now. I used to be able to go to Tottenham. I used to work up the road. I remember back in the day, I used to work on Tottenham High Road, right, and opposite the police station. Because I used to work as a surveyor. Okay. And I remember when I used to go to Arsenal Tottenham, I just used to just walk down the road, blend in, because, you know, there's a lot of black people around Tottenham, yeah? I used to blend in until I got right to the corner. And then when I walk around the corner, I'd go, come on, Arsenal. And they look and they go, oh. Right? I can't do that no more. As soon as I hit that road, Seven Sisters Road, they know who I am. So, no, yeah, you go to, even just walking down the street and that now, yeah, a lot of people recognise who I am. So I suppose a greater responsibility comes with that as well, that I've had to start learning. But yeah, it's been all good, man.
What kind of plans you got for the channel moving forward?
Just to keep doing what we're doing. I'd really like to grow it even bigger. I've got plans to do more stuff with fans abroad as well. I mean, we get like loads of response from fans all over the world, so I want to do more stuff with fans around the world, and also like try and bring in even more talent from over here in the UK as well. So
talking about the talent you brought in, because there's some regulars on your show. I mean, how break that down to us. Are they part of what you do, or is it just that they were characters who people gravitated to and kind of left in?
When I say talent, those are just fans. Right. So when I say talent, I'm on about like somebody who can do interviews like me and things like that. Those guys that we interview, all of them, I never knew any of them before we started doing it. They're just fans that we've just become regulars, as you said, on the channel, because they've just come.
Well, everyone must built up a notoriety for themselves.
They have some of them. Troops, you know, DT, these guys, Claude, you know, they have.
Troops, Claude, who's the other one? Ty. He got his hat taken at Chelsea. That was a killer.
There's quite a few characters that have sort of, you know, just developed over a period of time. But listen, it's all about, though, being real. It's not about developing characters and nothing like that. We just literally pitch up outside the game, and any Arsenal fan or any fan really wants to have a chat about football, about the game they saw, they can have a chat. They can tell us how they feel, give us their reaction. I'm not looking for people who want to come on, I want to be the next big thing. Just come on and be yourself. And if people like what you got to say, you know what I mean, people will watch it. So, but that's just how we do it. There's no secret thing to it where we go. A guy said to me the other day, do you audition? I go, what are you talking about? This is about football fans, you know, just chatting about how they feel after a game.
You guys have, for me anyway, and I try and say this as objectively as I can, you're very emotional, innit, Arsenal supporters? Why so emotional?
Football it's not just Arsenal supporters. Football is a very emotional game. I'm sure if I came out and say Arsenal just beating Spurs 3-0.
Well, if Arsenal beat Spurs, it's emotional, innit? Obviously.
I'll come out and I'll speak to you, you ain't going to be happy, you know what I mean? So, and vice versa, if I come and speak to you when you've just beaten us, you're overjoyed, probably even more happy than, you know, so football's just it's an emotional game, man, you know what I mean?